Well, good evening and welcome to Bulldogs hockey. We're through the Highland bench. Their starting lineup tonight. Starting lineup is Luke Gunter, number 75, number 11, Patton Weiss, number 34, Jake the Snake Resman, number 55, Gus Tolley, number 5, Jack Nimmo, and in goal tonight for the Bulldogs is Evan Drennan. All rise for the national anthem. National anthem underway, and we're ready for some hockey. Helmets are on, flow is in check for each hockey player, and we're ready to drop the puck at center ice. Nimmo will send to the line of Weiss and Gunter, backed up by Tolley and Resman, Jake the Snake Flavor, and in net, Evan Drennan for his first varsity game of the year. One over to Gunter from Nimmo. O'Fallon settles it. They chip it forward, try to glove it down. It's back to Resman. Resman up the boards for Tolley. It's held by Shelton. He's tripped up. Tolley is. And Gunter will come back, picks it up down low. Takes it for a skate, throws the brakes on as he tries to find some open ice. Up the boards for Resman. Resman will pick up some speed as he crosses the blue line. Fires a shot off the leg pad. I like that miss low mentality. Over to Gunter. Gunter from the face-off shot. Save off the stick of the goaltender. And O'Fallon picks it up on the near side. They go for the stretch pass. Over to Shelton. He brings it up. Tolley knocks it away. Drennan with a couple of saves. And Nimmo will tuck it back into the paraphernalia of Drennan for a save. And they'll freeze the puck for a whistle. 13-15 left to go in the first. 2 shots on goal so far for O'Fallon and 1 for the Bulldogs. Resman takes the face-off, wins it back to Aravik. He'll send it around the inboards to George. Hicks in over to assist as they got it pinned up over on the far side boards. Hicks will come away with it. He tries to make the stretch pass over to Hoyt. O'Fallon settles it, and they bring that in far offside. Ray trying to stretch the leg out, but that's back out to neutral ice. It's sent back north. O'Fallon will regroup with their own line. Hicks tries to pick a pocket. It's back over to the far side. Hoyt over on the back check. Dumped in by O'Fallon. Aravik tries to chip it back down low. It comes loose and takes a good bounce over to Hoyt. He sends it to Hicks. And Hicks will chase it down low. O'Fallon tries to wind up down the near glass. Hicks gets a stick in the lane, but it's back out to neutral ice where Aravik will retreat to his own zone to pick it up. O'Fallon's Engford causes a turnover. Shot off a body over to Resman. He'll take it back down below the goal line. Rims it around for a waiting renderer. He tries to clear it out, but O'Fallon holds and dumps it back down and in. George into the near corner. Aravik battling down low. Resman comes in. Ingford comes away with it. Tries to center it. They send it out front. Shot. Oh, goes high off the blade of Sherman. Out to the point. Gunter almost picked off the pass, but he overskates it, and Resman will chase down low. And that's cleared out. That was easily playable by O'Fallon. They wave it off. And Gunter and Renderer will go in on the forecheck. Sent around the inboards. Cleared out by Sherman. Over to the far side for Tolley. Tolley, stretch pass over to Gunter. Pass is too hot to handle. It's chipped down and in by Otero. Nimmo up to Gunter. Stretch pass looking for Weiss. Weiss will still come away with it. Sends one on net. That's chipped away high up off the glass. Tolley comes in, takes the body. Nimmo trying to push his way through. And O'Fallon will come away with it down low. Hoyt able to knock it away. They try to spring Otero. And it's chipped back down and in by Weiss and Jake Resman. Offside. Well, we're going to have a penalty here. No penalty. The goalie was going off there. Shot. Blocker saved by Drennan. Into the near corner for Hoyt. Dortch tries to clear it out. That's held. O'Fallon will dump it cross corner. But Dortch will reach back in. Chips it up the boards for Weiss. Weiss over to Hoyt. Hoyt tries to drop it off for Nimmo. But O'Fallon will capitalize in center ice as Shelton picks it up. Dumped in. Dortch lifts the stick. She'll try to throw it back the other way. Resman comes away with it. He's got some time. Stretch pass up to Gunter. Gunter tries to snap one on net. That's deep into the O'Fallon zone. Hicks working it down low. Tries to drop it back off for Gunter. Dortch down to pinch right out in front, looking for Hicks, but it's picked off. And it's a 4-on-0 back the other way. How often do you see that? Shot, save! I don't know if Drennan got a piece of it or if it just went wide, but what a save. What an opportunity for O'Fallon, and the Bulldogs are able to knock it away in a 4-on-0 on Drennan. Hicks tries to get it over to Gunter. And that'll go up into the netting for a whistle and a D-zone face-off just to the left of the O'Fallon goaltender. Nimmo on the draw with Orn and Renderer. Sent hard around the inboards. Tolley's unable to seal it up. He's in a foot race back. And that'll be an icing whistle. And an ozone face-off for the Bulldogs. Nimmo will take the drop. Wins it back to Tolley. Tolley loads up, sends one off a body and wide. Orn chases into the corner. He'll pick it up, sends it out, but that's going to come right out front. Resman on a good race to get back for it. Tries to chip it around the forwards. They got a man set up right in front, and the Bulldogs clear out the top of that crease. Out to Davidson at the point. He tries to throw it in. Renderer breaks it up. Orn picks it up at center ice. Over to Nimmo. Nimmo skates it in wide, and he gets his pocket picked just inside the blue line, and O'Fallon will regroup. Grant Ray will dump it down and in. Dortch and Aravik back to break it up. They battle against Ingfer. Out to the point for Davidson. He'll dump it down and in. Wallace will pick it up. Chopped away by Dortch. And Josh Resman will pick it up. Sends it up the boards looking for Hicks. He takes a hit from behind. Hoyt tries to make him pay as he pushes it towards the O'Fallon goal line. O'Fallon unable to clear it out. Hicks looking for the wraparound. Oh, tries to center it, but couldn't get much mustard on it. And a backhander will go on net and covered up by the O'Fallon goaltender. With 7:31 left to go in the first period. Shots are 2 apiece, which is not correct because they already had 2 up there for Drennan. I guess maybe they're not counting the shot that possibly went wide, but I thought he got a piece of it. Nimmo tries to clear it off. He takes that one off the head. Dortch tries to get it back down to Nimmo. Gunter going to work. Gunter over to Nimmo. That comes out to the point for Weiss. Weiss will throw it back down and in. Gunter with it. Out to Nimmo. Oh, just at his feet as he wasn't able to settle it. His back the other way. Nimmo able to almost break it up. Shelton over to Ortero. He'll bring it in, fires it, and Drennan will make a save with 6:57 left to go in the first. 0 is the score for both teams. Good back and forth hockey tonight. Fast pace so far. See who's got the conditioning to go the distance. Resman will take the draw against Otero. Resman will clear it over to the near boards, looking for Hoyt. Hoyt winds up. He brings it in wide, fires a shot off the blocker and into the corner. Resman tries to chop it back out in front. Back over to Resman. He sends it off a body. Hicks, shot. Point blank save by O'Fallon. And they'll chip it out. Over to Johnny Reed at center ice. He'll bring it in. That was offside. And Tolley will chase down low with Otero. O'Fallon got 2 out front, and they find Turner on the back door as they had him double stacked along the back weak side, and only the first man had coverage, and it's 1-0 O'Fallon with 6:22 left to go in the first period. Hoyt, Hicks, and Resman out to take the draw. Backed up by Ravik and Dortch. It's 1 back all the way down low for Ravik. He'll pick it up behind his own goal line. Grant Ray putting some pressure on. Cleared out to center ice. Fallon goes over to the near side. They bring it in. They send one off the leg pad to Drennan. Dortch will rim it around looking for Hoyt. Over to Resman. He'll chop it out of the zone, and Hicks winds up. Hicks is saddled. How that's not a holding call or hooking or something, I don't understand. Gunter bodied off the puck. bodies a man off the puck, back over to Gunter. He fires a shot. That howitzer goes just wide. Resman back down low for Hicks. Gunter with the one-handed shot. He blows the tire and collides with the goaltender gently. And that'll go off a body overlooking the bench. That should be a ozone faceoff for the Bulldogs. 5:26, 1-0 O'Fallon. Still a lot of hockey to play. Nimmo on the draw, Gunter and Weiss on the wings. Tolley and Jake Resman out at the point. Resman tries to chip it in around Sherman. Gunter will come away with it. He gets his pocket picked by Ingfer. Davidson putting some pressure on Weiss. He'll try to rim it around for Gunter. Resman pinches down low. Thrown back into the corner for Weiss. Weiss nowhere to go with it. Back into the corner he goes. He's tripped up. Weiss chasing it back down and in. That'll come around the inboards to Gunter, but it's held on to by O'Fallon. Gunter will hold it still. He'll throw it towards the net, and the Bulldogs will go back in on the forecheck. Resman throws the poke check. Tolley back to knock it away. He'll get it back up to the blue line, and O'Fallon tries to go cross ice, but Weiss will pick that up. Brings it in. Tries to get it over to Nimmo. Tolley dancing it down low. A shot on the backhand goes wide. Weiss out to Resman. Resman throws one towards the net, and a pop fly save. The sun didn't get in his eyes for Maxwell as he'll make the save. 4:07 left to go in the first. 1-0 O'Fallon is the score. O'Fallon tries to clear it out. Goes off of a body. Hicks over to Resman. He's pushed from behind. No call on the play. Moravik tries to knock it away from Johnny Reed, and Cash Wallace will come in to do the job. Right out in front of their own net. The Bulldogs will hold on to it, but that was a dangerous pass. Hicks winds up. He'll bring it in over the blue line. Fires a shot off a body and wide. They try to work it out front. Resman gets a body in the lane. He'll hold on to it, throws it on net, and that's a glove save by the O'Fallon goaltender. And a face-off just to his right. 3:27 left to go in the first. 5-4 in favor of O'Fallon. 1-0 O'Fallon. Nimmo, Gunter, and Rinder are on the draw, backed up by Dortch and Aravik. Johnny Reed clears it out for O'Fallon. Aravik back to pick up the loose puck. He'll chase, throw the brakes on behind his own net. And that comes right out front. Drennan with a point-blank save. And Nimmo will wind up down the near glass. He brings it in wide. Shot saved, loose right in front. Aravik fires one, and another pop fly saved by the O'Fallon goaltender. 2:57 left to go in the first. Shots are tied up at 6 apiece. O'Fallon with one on the visitor side. O'Fallon wins it back. They send it around the inboards. Work it out into neutral ice. They bring that in offside. And we'll get a whistle as Ray is in about a skate early. Face off just off the near glass. Resman, Hoyt, and Hicks up front. Backed up by Resman and Tolley. Jammed into the zone by O'Fallon. Resman winds up, brings it over the blue line. O'Fallon throws the brakes on. They get it over to Ray on the near side. Knocked away by Tolley. Resman going to work as Ray picks back up the loose puck. Hoyt over to Hicks. Knocked away by O'Fallon. Back to pick it up in their own zone. They'll rim it around. Hoyt in on the forecheck. He gets in, ties up the man. And O'Fallon kicks it out over to the far corner. Got a Resman double team there as they drive it back down low. Jake the Snake down low, looking for the puck. Cleared out to the point. That will hop over the blade of Tolley. They're going to say he could have played that. Drennan will clear it out to Hoyt at the point, who leaves it for Resman. Resman winds up, brings it right in front. Shot. Blocker saved by the goaltender. Hicks dancing it down low. Too much pressure from O'Fallon. Brings it back the other way. They wind up. And it's chipped around to the near boards for Gunter. He's still trying to work it north. Ingfer and Ray hold on to it. Rabick sends it around the inboards, looking for Gunter again. Ingfer's shot off the pipe as it bounced just wide. He wasn't ready for that knuckle puck. Howard trying to push it out of the zone. O'Fallon with about 18 men on the ice there at one point. I'm not sure how that works out. They're changing right at their own bench with the puck right in front. They'll go ahead and finish out the change as Nimmo will take the draw with Gunter and Hauer over on the wing. O'Fallon wins it back. It's rimmed around the boards. Ravick against Sherman, and they come away with it. Wallace winds up down the near side. That's O'Fallon's Wallace. They try to bring it in. Shot. And it couldn't get the shot off, or it went wide, but O'Fallon's going to draw a penalty. And the Bulldogs will go to the box. Somebody's going to the box. I thought it was the Bulldogs. They're going to send Nimmo on a slashing call with 44 seconds left to go in the first period. The Bulldogs will have a penalty to kill off. Face off just to the left of Drennan with 44.1 seconds. Hoyt with Hicks, Resman, and Tolley. Over to the near glass for O'Fallon. They walk it in. Shot and a save by Drennan as Tolley takes the man and gives Drennan a clear line of sight as O'Fallon skates it right up to the circle. Hoyt on the draw against Otero. He'll win it back. Tolley with it. He's battling for the puck. Loses the handle on it. O'Fallon will hold on to it. They skate right in front. Drennan shot. Goes high and wide. Loose. And Hicks jams it out of the zone and chips it north. O'Fallon picks it back up over to the near sides. They go rink wide, bring it in backwards, which is offside in every world. Otero tries to center it, and that goes off his skate and misses the mark, and the period ends with the score of 1-0 O'Fallon. We'll get ready to start the second period in just a moment. 1:16 left to kill in the Nimmo slashing penalty. We'll be back in just a moment. Drennan out to the crease to start the second. We get Resman, Gunter out front. Ravick and Dortch backing them up as we got another minute 16 left to kill off. O'Fallon wins the faceoff back. Hicks putting some pressure on. O'Fallon sends it over. Brings it back in offside again. They let him play. Resman and Gunter bring it in. Gunter in all alone. Forehand back in. Oh, got a piece of it and it goes wide. O'Fallon winds up over off the far boards. Resman trying to knock it away. That's thrown down and in. Drennan will feather it around the inboards for Dortch. Dortch up for Gunter, and he'll hammer it out of the zone. Another 39 seconds left to kill off. Sherman over to Ingfer. Ingfer brings it in. Winds up. Shot saved. Loose. Cleared out by the Bulldogs into the corner. Gunter over to Resman. Resman winds up. Brings it in wide. Fires a shot. And a glove save as it's framed up by the goaltender for that'd be a high ball. 13:01 left to go in the first. 1-0 O'Fallon. 18 seconds left to go in the Nimmo penalty. 9 shots to 8 in favor of O'Fallon. Hoyt, Hicks up front, backed up by Dortch and Arabic. The referee just took a victory lap, showing off his flow, or what's left of it. Oh, he forgot his jersey; he had to get his stripes on. I just wondered if that was a new, trying to show off a little bit. Rabick back into his own zone, leaves it for Hoyt. Hoyt up for Hicks, just out of his reach, and O'Fallon will take it in their own zone. Bulldogs are back to full strength. O'Fallon taking their time behind the net. Renderer comes in, takes the body. That looked shot fired off of Dortch. Ravick battling down low. Hoyt up to Hicks, and it's knocked away by Feldker. O'Fallon will send it off the inboards, and it'll make it to the corner. And it's back out to neutral ice. Ravick leaves it for Resman. Resman back for Render. Render goes far side looking for Hoyt. O'Fallon will hold on to it with a nice toe drag move, and they'll bring it in. They try to work it out front for Otero. Shot, and another one in the back of the net. As Otero hangs high as they drive the corner. And a good centering opportunity there by Feldker. Finds Otero uncovered wide open on the backside. 11:45 left to go in the second. Bulldogs with a 2-goal deficit. Nimmo, Gunter, Weiss take the drop. Ingford chips it into the zone. Tolley will pick up the loose puck. Gets it over to Resman. Resman over to Nimmo. Nimmo winds up. Brings it in wide. Tries to make a move, but it's off Panther's skate. Resman will throw it cross corner, and the Bulldogs will go back in on the forecheck. Weiss and Gunter try to come away with it. Nimmo docks it away. Holding it for Weiss. Back over to Nimmo. Back over to Tolley. He'll throw it down and in, looking for Gunter. Gunter trying to work it down low. He's pushed into the net. Oh, opportunity there. Missed by the Bulldogs. O'Fallon brings it in wide. They'll take it into the corner. They set up Ingfer on the backside. Oh, backhand shot from Sherman goes just wide, far side post. Gunter tries to get it out, and Nimmo's going to go to the box on a check. That is unbelievable. That call was weaker than truck stop toilet paper. I've been waiting to break that one out the last couple of games, but Nimmo back to the box for checking. Otero wins it back. Resman on a good forecheck to clear it out. That's going to go all the way down as it's wound up by O'Fallon. They'll bring it in. And back out to the blue line where they'll regroup. O'Fallon's treating it like it's an overtime win. Hicks picks it up. Brings it in. Shot off the blocker. Back down low. Hicks trying to kill off some time. And O'Fallon will chip it back below their own goal line. This time they're going to go for the stretch pass, which is offside. That was offside. Like, man. Shot goes wide. Otero with it in the corner. Gorge tries to take the body. They send one on net. Gorge will pick it up. Rims it all the way around. That'll come out to the point for O'Fallon. Chip back down and in. They try to feather it through the top of the crease and into the near corner. Right up front. Shot off a body. Blocked by Ravik, and they'll throw it back out to the point. All this from a blown offsides call. O'Fallon throws one. That goes off a body and wide. They get it right out in front. And a whole lot of chopping and then high and wide over the glass. And is cleared out by Hicks. Hicks on a good forecheck. He'll go off. O'Fallon winds up. Bring it in onside this time. Drennan will make the save. Loose. And cleared out by Hoyt. Grinder in on the forecheck into the corner as he goes to put some pressure on. That comes loose to Hoyt. Oh, he can't hold on to it. And O'Fallon will pick it up, sends it up the near boards, and they bring it in offside again. And no referee in sight at the blue line. And the Bulldogs are back to full strength. 8:36 left to go in the second period. 2-0. O'Fallon is the score. Coach Resman's going to give the referee a one-on-one about what offsides are. Nimmo on the draw. Hoyt gets it over to Gunter. Gunter brings it in over to Nimmo. And they're unable to hold on to it. Tolley from the point will throw it back down and in, but it's all O'Fallon. Cleared hard off the glass and out. That's not enough for icing as Resman will get there. Resman over to Gunter with a high danger pass, looking for Hoyt at center ice. Nimmo blocks clear, and Hoyt gets it back over to Gunter. He can't hold on to it, and O'Fallon will take it into their own zone. They lift it out. Resman knocks it away for Nimmo, and Nimmo trying to avoid a hit isn't able to hold it out of the zone as O'Fallon throws it back down low. Resman bodied off the puck. O'Fallon right there, loose, and it's picked up by Hoyt. Tolley will pick up the loose puck. O'Fallon winds up down their near glass. Bulldogs can't get much work in here. Wallace throws the poke check, and Resman will pick up the puck. Skates it behind his net. Tries to chip it out of the zone. Sherman throws a poke check. Ravik gets it up to Resman. Resman brings it in. Saucer pass to Wallace, and they connect, but can't get it right out in front. A shot from Resman goes just a bit outside, and O'Fallon will lift that up and into the netting. This is the NHL. That'd be a delay of game call. Alas, it is not, and we'll continue to play full strength with 6:48 left to go in the second. 2-0 O'Fallon, 12 shots to 10. Ingfer drives it out of the zone. Gets his pocket picked at the blue line. And O'Fallon's Wallace brings it in, sends a shot, and that trickles in. 5-hole on Drennan. That's one he'll want back to make it 3-0 O'Fallon. Went off the blade of the defender and turned it into a changeup. So O'Fallon will extend their lead. Resman, Hicks, and Wallace out front. Back down to Dortch. Dortch clears it out up to Wallace. Hicks will chop it away from O'Fallon. Takes it into the corner and throws one just wide of the net. And that'll come back out to neutral ice. O'Fallon brings it in. Drennan makes a save and gets it covered up. Face off just to the left of Drennan. Nimmo on the draw with Weiss and Gunter. Weiss gets it out of the zone over to Gunter. Gunter fires one on net, and the goaltender will drop it. Weiss in there on the forecheck, trying to come away with it. He does. He'll lead it out front for Nimmo. Nimmo tries to skate it in on the backhand, and he's unable to get it settled. Sent hard around the end boards. And Tolley gets away with one. Ought to be going to the box on that. Gunter winds up down the near boards. Brings it in front of Nimmo and fires a shot that's off a blade. And cleared out by O'Fallon. Shelton winds up down the near glass. Toe drag move, forehand back, and Drennan gets over, makes the save. And Weiss will skate it out of danger, but only for a moment. And Shelton throws it back into the corner. They send one. That's a high howitzer off the glass. Over to the near glass, and that'll go up into the netting for a whistle. With 4:49 left to go in the second. 3-0 O'Fallon. 15 shots to 11. So far, there's one that Drennan would like to have back. I'd like to have all of them back, but two of them were not savable. Hoyt on the draw with Renderer and Josh Resman. O'Fallon wins it back, but that comes out to neutral ice. Renderer in to put some pressure on. Resman and Hoyt battling here on the glass as they try to gain the zone. Resman will hammer it in, and Renderer will go in far side. Resman from the near glass, trying to work it out front. Broken up by O'Fallon. They'll throw it into the far corner as Hoyt chops it back down low. Shot and a save off the glove, but it goes wide. Aravik. That's an offside call. Offside as they'll delay. And O'Fallon winds up right through center ice. And it's chopped away by Resman. And a shot goes wide, and that'll go off the boards. And down into O'Fallon defensive. O'Fallon clears it out. Aravik throws it back in the zone. Bulldogs in the midst of a change. Resman gets it up to Nimmo. Nimmo sends a shot on net. Nobody in front for the rebound, and it's cleared out to the blue line where Tolley fires it. Weiss will pick it up, skates it and throws it into the corner and chases. George tries to pinch and it's back the other way. Otero brings it in, fires a shot, blocker saved by Drennan. Weiss up to Hicks. Hicks chips it out of the zone. Nimmo with a nice spinorama move, tries to make another move, but it's knocked away by O'Fallon. Hicks knocks it away from Otero. Tries to get it over to Nimmo, but not able to get anything on it. Weiss delays at the blue line. He'll bring it in, fires a clapper that goes just wide and low. George tries to hold the zone. Johnny Reed clears it out. Patton Weiss picks it up, and he'll throw it in on the backhand. Bulldogs trying to work it down low. Tolley fires one in, and a glove save as Hicks tries to come in for the redirection, but the goaltender's got it in the back of his netting, or in the back of his glove. With 2:18 left to go in the second period, 3-0 O'Fallon is the score. 13 shots to 16. Bulldogs trailing in both goals and shots. Hoyt, Hicks, and Orn out to take the face-off. And a shot from Hicks right off the face-off is covered by the goaltender. Jax Orn right there in front, looking for a rebound. Shot fired off the stick of Resman, redirected by Orn. Orn trying to disrupt things right out there in front. And it's chipped out by O'Fallon. Ravick finds some open ice as he avoids the hit. Sherman and Resman collide. Hicks brings it in over the blue line. Turns. Throws the brakes on. Hicks comes away with it. Tries to work it out front, but that's on the offhand of Resman. Resman battling with Sherman. He knocks it away. Oh! And we're going to get a couple of penalties here as Orn collides with a man, and I don't know that that was intentional whatsoever. Wallace will go to the box, so will Orn. And anybody else going? Or just the two? So they'll both send a man. Face-off won by the Bulldogs. Gunter tries to chip it out. Can't get it very far, and it's a shot from Turner, blocked by Jake Resman. O'Fallon will throw it back into the corner. They'll hold on to it as they drive right out in front of the net. And Resman holds on to it. Tries to clear it out, but it's held. O'Fallon skates it right up front. Gunter trying to knock it away. He'll take the body. As they battle for puck possession. They come away with it. O'Fallon does, and they'll send it out to the point. They fire it in, glove down by Nimmo. O'Fallon holds on to it right there in front and tuck it in under the leg pad of Drennan on the spinorama move on a failed clear by the Bulldogs. And it's 4-0 O'Fallon. Hoyt on the draw with Hicks and Wallace. Well, Fallon just walks it right in, tries to make a move, shot off the mask of Drennan. I think he's got a bucket malfunction there. Out of the near corner. O'Fallon holds on to it. Chopped out of the zone by Hicks. And he'll wind up. He's got Wallace going with him. Hicks. And he can't get the shot off. Wallace tries to get it back out in front. And that'll do it for the end of the second. Bulldogs are trailing 4-0. 17 shots to 14 in favor of O'Fallon. And not many high danger chances for the Bulldogs tonight. Nimmo, Gunter, and Weiss will take the drop to start the third period. Resman out playing defense. $14 minutes on the scoreboard. The last frame. Gunter knocks one away. Nimmo brings it in with Weiss. Nimmo tries to make a move, and it's knocked away by O'Fallon. Rimmed hard around the board. Out into the neutral zone. They bring that in offside again. No call on it. Shot through the top of the crease. Chopped away by Josh Resman. Up to Weiss from Gunter. Weiss brings it into the zone. Gets his pocket picked by Otero. Gunter picks it up in the corner. Chips it along for Resman. But it's brought out into neutral ice by O'Fallon. They'll throw it into the zone. Gunter lifts it out to the point. And O'Fallon will mishandle it and throw it back into their own zone. Weiss putting some pressure on Otero. He goes right through the legs of Weiss. Hoyt trying to knock it away. They center it and cleared out by Resman. Picked up by Hoyt. Over to Hicks. Hicks winds up, brings it in. Howard will crash the net. Over by Hoyt. Shot, goal! No, it went off the side of the net. Oh, that looked beautiful from here. Instead, it's back the other way by O'Fallon. They bring it in. Shot goes high over the head of Drennan. Held at the blue line. And Hoyt will feather that out of the zone as Howard gets tied up there. Otero picks it up right to the top of the slot. And he'll double back. He's just walking it wherever he wants. Forehand, backhand. Saved and chopped into the zone as Johnny Reed is right there in the blue paint. So O'Fallon will make it 5-0. One back. Shot goes wide. And it's back the other way for Nimmo as he brings it in, drops it off for Gunter, and it's off on his offhand. Gunter tries to center it out to Dortch. She fires it off, and the shot goes off the blocker of the goaltender. And it's cleared out by O'Fallon. That'll go all the way down, and we'll get the icing whistle. And a face-off deep in the O'Fallon zone. With 10:41 left to go in the third period, O'Fallon made it 5-0 just a moment ago. Hoyt takes the face-off. O'Fallon will win it back. They'll send it up the near boards for Sherman. He'll get it over to Ingfer, who winds up down the near glass. And thrown back in offside. O'Fallon will tag up. And we throw it off the back of our own man. Ravik chops at it, and the Bulldogs finally pick up the loose puck, and that's offside as Hoyt makes an extra move right at the blue line, and Hicks drifted in over the blue. 10:13 left to go in the game. 22 shots to 15 in favor of O'Fallon. 5-0 is the score. Bulldogs trailing, looking to get on the board tonight. Tolley hammers it into the zone. Ravik at the point, throws it back down low. Cleared out by Sherman, chopped away by Hoyt. O'Fallon sends it over to the far side, looking for some open ice, and they'll chip it in where Tolley will settle it. Up to Resman. He'll chip it into the zone. That'll come around to the near boards. Tolley's trying to hold along with Resman and Wallace. Comes free to Ingfer, and he'll hammer it out. Sherman picks it up, skates it wide, fires one off the side of the net. And into the corner it goes. Centering opportunity, nobody home, and Tolley looks to spring Hicks on a long stretch pass for a breakaway. And O'Fallon brings that one in, but is quickly back out to center ice. Hicks will regroup, drops it back for Rinder, over to Resman. Resman with a nice toe drag move. Trying to make a power move. Gets it down low. Sends it out to Dortch at the point. She tries to chop it back in. And it's back out to neutral ice where O'Fallon holds right at the blue line. Walks it in, fires a shot off Drennan. He makes a diving save to get it covered with 8:31 left to go in the third period. 5-0 O'Fallon is the score. 15-23 are the shots in favor of O'Fallon. Otero on the draw against Nimmo. O'Fallon sends it through the top of the crease. Out to the point where Horn chips it out of the zone and it'll go in on the forecheck. Fallon from their own blue line chips it up. Ravik clears it back out. Fallon back into the zone. Over to Jake Resman. Over to Rinder. Rinder with a nice hit. Pick it up, skates it in, fires a shot. That's just high and over the back of the crossbar. Nimmo tries to get it back in front, but it's blocked away. And it's back the other way in a 2-on-1 with O'Fallon, Otero, and Shelton. Over to Shelton. He fans on it and can't get anything on it. Try to get it back out in front. O'Fallon sends it into the corner where Jake Resman clears it out to neutral ice. And O'Fallon sends that hard off the glass. Arabic back out into the neutral ice. Hicks trying to put some forecheck on Otero. They bring it in. Fired a shot that goes high and wide, and that'll come all the way out to neutral ice where Nimmo picks it up. And it's a 3-on-2 back the other way. Nimmo fires one, rebound, puck, and Gunter blows the tire. And O'Fallon brings it back in offside again. And Hicks will knock it away, gets it over to Gunter on the near glass. Gunter throws it around the inboards, looking for Resman. In front, Hicks fires it. That's off a body. Gunter loose. And it goes off a leg pad and wide. O'Fallon with the long stretch pass. And that's an icing whistle and a little bit of extra behind the play, I do believe.
Nothing?
Resman in the faceoff circle, wins it over to Hicks. Pressure by O'Fallon to knock it away. Hicks will come back away with it. Tries to skate it out in front. Gets it back over to Resman. He tries to fire it, and that's off a stick and up into the netting. 6:15 left to go in the third period. 5-0 O'Fallon is the score if you're just tuning in. 24 shots for O'Fallon and 17 for the Bulldogs. Not many high danger opportunities for the Bulldogs. Hoyt, Weiss, and Hazelhorse out front, backed up by Resman and Arabic. And Resman turns it over at the blue line. O'Fallon brings it in. Resman back to totally redeem himself. Gets it over to Weiss. Hazelhorse pushes it forward into the zone. O'Fallon brings it out to neutral ice where Arabic throws the brakes on, picks back up the loose puck. Tries to take it into the corner. And it's back out to Hoyt at center ice, who sends it over to Resman. Resman throws that one in on net. It's sticked away by the goaltender. Rimmed around, Hoyt cuts it off, tries to center it. Leaves it for Weiss as he takes the body. Looking for Resman on the back, or Hazelhorse on the back door. And the goaltender gets over to make the save with 5:17 left to go in the game. Nimmo on the draw. O'Fallon wins it back. They'll rim it around to the near boards for Sherman, who chips it out of the zone. Wallace in a race back. And Resman tries to glove the puck as it comes to his body. It goes right into the chest of Drennan, comes loose, and Ingfer puts it in the back of the net to make it 6-0 O'Fallon. Nimmo on the draw. Wins it back. Wallace tries to dump it in. Cut off by O'Fallon. They'll return it back to neutral ice where Tolley will settle it. Sends it over the near boards for Wallace. He'll throw it in, and Nimmo will go in on the forecheck with Rinderer. O'Fallon back the other way in the 2-on-1 with Dortch. They bring it in. Shot. Oh, the shot goes wide. A rebound. Sent on net. Drennan gets a leg pad on that one as Ingfer battles down low. And O'Fallon mishandles the puck. And it's back out to neutral ice. Nimmo with a gentle hit as to not get called for hockey. O'Fallon winds up, brings it in, fires a shot, leg pad save. Another shot goes around the inboards, finds Rinder over on the near glass. Rinder tries to make a move and gets his pocket picked, and it's back the other way for Otero. They'll send it rink wide over to Shelton. Shelton tries to make a move, but Resman picks it away. That's Jake the Snake flavor. He winds up down the far boards. Brings it into the zone, but O'Fallon quickly brings it back out. Johnny Reed gets it over to Shelton. Shelton winds up, shot off of Drennan. Resman in the corner, along with Resman. Josh Flavor skates it out of the zone and clears it out. O'Fallon will play catch. I don't know how that wasn't an offside, but in our favor this time. And O'Fallon springs Otero with a long stretch pass. He turns, makes a move, tries to find the man right in front, but Hicks is there to break it up. He'll try to clear it off the glass. Skates it out of the zone. Gunter will regroup. Tries for the stretch pass over to Resman, but he's covered up in Panther. Cleared out. Clearing attempt by Arabic is another opportunity for the Panthers to skate right through the top of the crease. Resman back down low. O'Fallon tries to chip it in front, and Drennan will cover it for a whistle with 2:20 left to go in the third period. And I think he got chopped on his hand there, possibly. Still not back up yet. And they're waving for the next goaltender. There he goes. He gets up to his feet. And he's holding his lower back. An injury he's been nursing for about a week now. Konieczny will skate in to finish off the game. Drennan will go off into the locker room. 6-0, O'Fallon is the score. Howard tries to push it out of the zone off the face-off win, but O'Fallon's able to hold it. Battling down low. They try to work it out front. Goalie loses his stick, and he's battling. Howard bulldozing his way through. Hoyt takes a cross check. Howard with a nice shoulder check, and it's back the other way for O'Fallon. Shot off the leg pad of Konieczny and over to the near glass. Thrown back in offside, but they tag up. Doley will pick up the loose puck. Throws it back down low for Dortch. Doley wants a call on the late hit by O'Fallon. Doley battling over on the far boards. He's had enough of the late. And Hoyt clears it out all the way over to Weiss. Weiss forehand, backhand, and can't get the shot off. He'll hold on to it, sends it out to the point. I think they finally got the mentality to just hit somebody. Fallon from behind their own net. Well, he doesn't take it behind his own net. Tries to stretch that pass, and it's off a body. 1 minute left to go in the game. Hoyt puts a man into the boards. Ingfer will chip it in down low. Resman. He'll battle along the glass, but O'Fallon comes away with it. Tolley reaching. Tolley takes him to the boards. And Hazelhorst will clear it out. Nimmo picks it up. Skates it in wide. Forehand, backhand. And the goaltender got a glove on that as Nimmo skates right through the top of the crease. With 28 seconds left to go in the game, 6-0, O'Fallon is the score. Hazelhorse sends it looking for Orrin on the backside. He's tied up. Shot cut off by O'Fallon, and they'll clear it out to neutral ice, where Resman will send it over to Arabic. Arabic able to hold on to it. Tries to work it over to Nimmo. Nimmo tries to make a move, and that's back out to neutral ice, and that'll do it. The Bulldogs will fall to O'Fallon 6-0, and O'Fallon will get the shutout. 31 shots to 20. And that'll do it for the evening. We'll be back tomorrow night at East Alton. It's a 9 o'clock game. Everybody have a safe drive home and a good rest of your week.